What do IELTS examiners look out for while they're marking your listening test? In short, what is the scoring criteria? So the IELTS listening test contains 40 questions, and you have a time of 40 minutes to listen to an audio that is never repeated and answer the 40 questions. So for those who are sitting for the computer-based exam, or those who will be sitting for the computer-based exam, they'll have the 40 questions and 40 minutes to answer them. Those sitting for the paper-based exam will have the 40 questions and 30 minutes to listen to the audio as they answer the questions, and then they'll be given an additional 10 minutes to transfer the answers. So what are some of the things that IELTS examiners will look out for while marking your listening test? The first criteria is the number of correct answers. So out of 40 questions, how many correct answers you will get will determine what your band score will be. So the raw score out of 40 is converted into a band score from 1 to 9. So that is the first thing they'll be looking out for, the number of correct answers. The second thing is the spelling. You've listened to the audio, you've written your answers. Are they in the correct spelling? So make sure to listen out to the audio and write whatever the answer you hear using the correct spelling. Thirdly, they look at the grammar. So if while listening to the audio, the answer was said in singular form, you have to transfer it in singular form. If it was said in plural, you have to transfer it in plural. For example, if the answer is orange, you cannot come and write oranges. You'll get the answer to be wrong. And lastly, we have the word limit. So what they also look out for while marking is the word limit. Did you follow the instruction? So if the instruction was choose no more than 2 words, if you write 3 words, you also get it wrong. So I'm going to be giving you a few tips on how you can maximize your listening score. So number one is understanding the different question types. It's very important before going to the exam to understand or have an idea what are these question types that I will be examined on in the listening test. So I'll give you a few examples. We have the multiple choice questions, we have the filling in the blanks, and we also have the matching. So you can be given a list of titles. I think I'll do a video for that. You can be given a list of titles and then you're supposed to match them. Knowing what question types to expect during the exam is very important because you will not waste time trying to understand them because you'll already have come across the question types during your practice or during your coaching. The other thing is to follow instructions. So following instructions will help you maximize your score. This is because you'll be familiar with instructions like on the word limit or on the number limit. So if they've said choose no more or write no more than 2 words, kindly stick to that. The other is use your time effectively. So before the audio begins to play, you're always given time to half a minute to look at the questions. So if the audio says you have half a minute to look at the questions, kindly look at the questions so that you can be able to predict what you'll be listening out for when the audio begins to play. When they say you have a few minutes to check your answers, kindly check your answers. You'll be able to detect any grammar or spelling mistakes. The other tip for scoring highly or maximizing your IELTS listening test score is practicing active listening. You only get one chance to listen to the audio, it is never replayed. So practice on how to do active listening so that you are able to listen out for the answers. And lastly is transfer your answers correctly. At the end of the audio, you will have time to transfer your answers. Make sure you transfer them correctly in terms of the spellings. And also, if it is question one, make sure you've transferred it in the answer sheet under question one. With all that, you are ready to pass the IELTS exam.